Hello there, and welcome to this session, Solving Tactics on ChessTempo.com with the Advocate. I hope this video finds you well. We finished video 100 last time, and we're going on to video 101 today. I feel a little bit sad that I'm not over 2,000 for my 100th video, but to be fair, I spent a lot of time at the lesser levels creating content. So we'll get there eventually, yeah. Let's get started today. How am I going to stop? So the question is, how am I going to stop d1 queens? If bishop takes f3, pawn takes f3, that's the question. So what I could do is I could play rook h6, check. Yeah. If I take, pawn takes, rook h6 check, king g6. Take, pawn takes, rook h6 check, king g7. No, that doesn't work. But if I do rook h6 first, king g7, bishop takes. Now if king takes h6, there's bishop takes e4, d2, bishop c2. And I'm going to be very good there in that endgame with 2, 4 against 2. So I think that's the line. Rook h6, king g7, bishop takes. Rook g6, king g7, bishop takes, pawn takes. There's king g4, clearing h1 to protect d1 and f1. So rook h6. Oh. Okay. All right, fair enough. And it's not like an opposite colored bishop endgame. Okay. I'm pretty certain I'm still winning in the other variation with rook, king, bishop takes, pawn takes. Wait, oh, and this, I'm still fine. Rook. No, I'm not fine. I miscalculated there. Bigly. Because after king takes, I'm down a piece. That was a huge miscalculation. Huge. Okay, so what's the correct line? Rook f3, bishop takes, pawn takes, and the simple king g4 threatening check and rook h1. And now you can't stop the check. Okay. Knight check, king takes. Queen check, king h6, rook h3 mate. Knight check, king g7, queen check. Is there any other blocking move? No, so king h6, rook, queen, rook takes his mates. Knight h6, queen check, king h8, queen g8 mates. So the only move I should be considering here is rook f6. So knight check, king takes, queen check, king f6. another queen check. King g6 is forced. If queen f5, I'll just take on f5 because it's protected by the f5 square is controlled by the knight. So knight check, king takes, queen check, king f6, queen check, king g6, rook check, king takes h6. And now if I do queen check, he's going to have queen h5. Then I would do queen f4 check, queen g5, queen takes g5. King f6 is a little bit... Oh, knight g8 is checkmate immediately. Ah. This was my line. My line was queen check, king g6, rook check, king takes. Oh, king can't take. Haha. Idiot. What a retard. Yeah, you still have some work to do here, huh? So if rook takes, rook takes, rook e8 check, king f6, rook takes d7, wins a piece. Is that the best you got? Rook c8, rook a7, rook e8, king f6. No more checks, just rook takes d7. Anything else? There's rook takes d7. There's rook d7, king d7. Then what? Rook d7, queen d7, queen check. But no, I'd rather just be up a piece. Judith Polgar with the black pieces. Weak back rank. This is not a weak back rank problem. Any comments? Yeah. Very good problem. I liked that one. Just a little in-between move to win more material and protect the knight on c7. Not very difficult, to be honest. Knight f7, rook f7, rook e1 check. Knight f7, king g1, rook check, king f2. Knight f2, king g1, knight takes d1 perpetual on the back rank. Unfortunately. Knight f2, king g1, rook f8, checkmate. I'm checkmated. Knight f2. Knight g3. Is there some way to get knight g3 to work? Knight g3, h takes, rook e1, king h2. No. So what, just knight g5? Knight g5, and he needs to stop mates. There's also knight d6. Knight d6, rook g7 check, king f8. Rook takes h7. There's rook e1 mate. For example. So yeah, knight d6, just the backwards fork. Seems a little bit simple. Knight d6, he has to stop back rank. Rook g7, rook h7 doesn't stop back rank. Rook e7 stops back rank, but I'll just take on b7, and I'll be a full rook up. I don't see a more aggressive... See, the problem is I don't... Motherfucker. I just don't see a more aggressive way of getting the... So yeah, I think this should suffice. What a strange problem. Okay. So queen h6. What I want is I want a check to somehow pick up a rook, some imaginary rook on d4 or some piece on d4. I want like queen h8 and queen f6, or to somehow give a check on h4. I could play queen g6, setting it up, but then bishop e5. So queen h6, king e7. Queen h6, king e7, and I would have my fork. Queen h6, king e7, rook takes, queen check. Yes. Wait, queen check, and if rook e4, I could pick up on c5. And if If knight somewhere, I can pick up on d4. Or like if the king moves somewhere, I'll pick up on d4. So the best move is rook e4 when I pick up on c5 and I win 2 pieces for my rook. So queen h6, king f7. So queen f6, king e7, I win. Queen h6, king f7, queen g6 check. Then there's king f8, or if king f8, rook takes d4. If queen g6, king f8. If king e7, queen g7. Check. Queen g7 check. And he'll have to go to d6, after which I pick up the bishop for free. So yeah, queen g6. If king f7, queen g6 check. And if king e7, rook takes, queen check, rook e4, queen takes e5. Rook takes, rook takes. Rook takes, rook check. King c2. Rook check. King d1. Rook takes check. Queen takes e2. Just needed to check that really quick. That I wasn't going to lose the piece with check or something. Leonie Helma. The white pieces. How long has this video gone so far? Not very long. Okay. That's not a real threat. Because you're pinned. So one way to win material is bishop takes, pawn takes, and queen takes e4, pawn takes e4. That wins material. But I wonder if there's some chapow. Like knight h6, king g7. That definitely wins material. Knight g6, knight h6, I'm sorry, knight h6, king f8. One, two, three. So no, I would just have a pawn at the end of all that. Ooh, what about rook d7? Rook d7, rook d7, rook d7, queen d7, knight f6 check. And rook d7, if you don't take it, then I'm going to pick up on c7. Now, do I need to take on g3 before this? Do I need to take on g3 first? No, I shouldn't take on g3, because if I take on g3, he'll have queen c5 check. If I do g3, pawn takes, rook c7, there would be queen c5 check. So I should play rook d7 right away. Rook d7, rook d7, Rook d7. Queen needs to go somewhere. For example, queen e5, queen e6. Now in that position, I can take on g3. But if I take on g3, no, bishop b6 check is fine because I'll just go back with the bishop. Then e3 gives me problems. So I shouldn't take, no matter the position, I should not take on g3. So rook c7, or is there something better? All right. Good one. Very good one. That's a nice problem. So rook c7. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Did I? No, I was saying rook d7 the full time. Okay, because I thought for a second I was saying rook c7 as like I was calling this square c7. It's rook takes c7. But yeah, good problem. Good one. Common wrong moves. Rook takes d8. Check. No. No. Okay, so we have an overwhelming position. Now it's time to win it. The most difficult thing in chess, to win a one game. Queen e6 check. Bishop f5 check. Queen h5 check. Queen d7 check. So there's queen d7, queen e6, queen h5, bishop f5. Queen e6 is the one that stands out to me the most. Queen e6, king g2, so maybe queen d7 to react to king g2 with queen takes b7, king g1, queen h1, king h1, and I'm 3 pieces against 2 rooks. No, that's not sufficient material. Queen h5 is the more natural move. But I don't see a good follow-up check. That's the problem. So maybe queen e6. Queen e6, king g2, bishop check. Bishop takes, queen check. There's also queen h5, king g2, queen g4 check. Queen h5, king g2, queen h4. There's king takes h2. I could try the bishop check instead. Bishop check. Bishop check. Now if king g2, there's queen takes b7 check. King g1 or king takes f2. Difficult to find a continuation there. I really dislike these problems where the whole game is so won. Like now you just gotta find the kill. I hate having to find the kill. It's just boring. Like you're dead, resign already. But, you know, some people are assholes. One of the problems in this position is that the bishop doesn't really have any good checking squares, the dark squared bishop. And it's very difficult to get the knight into the game. Queen d7, king g2, queen takes b7, king g1, king takes f2. It's just not, it's enough, but it's not dead. I want dead. Queen e6, bishop check, bishop, queen h5 is the most. Queen h5, king g2. Too much time. Taking way too much time. Queen check, king f2. I was thinking that I could somehow get rid of both of these pawns to give the king the g3 square, so that way I could produce like knight h5 or knight f5 check. Maybe I could do knight f5 now. Queen g4, king f2, queen f4. Well, queen g4, king f2 is forced. Then I could play queen check, king h3 again. And is there any difference there? Wait. Queen check, king g4, queen check, king h3 forced, bishop check, and now we're getting somewhere. Bishop check, king h4, queen h5 mate. Oh my god. Queen g3 checkmate directly. Obviously, the bishop cuts off e2 and f1. Yeah, I mean, my mate was better. Okay, my mate, it was way better, right? Queen check. Oh, the king has g1. The king has g1. What was I saying? I was saying, yeah. This is a perpetual. Oh my god. Yeah. Fuck you. Okay. That's it for this session. Disappointing end, to say the least. But it was taking me way too long to solve that problem. I just couldn't be fucked to care enough about an already won game. It was a difficult calculation, and I couldn't see the pattern. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed that session. I hope you learned as much as I did. And until the next time, good luck on your chess journey. Ta-ta for now.